It's a mission we insist on accomplishing. Many have warned that it's like following the footsteps of Hercules. We even had the privilege of the footages of the bridges washed away leading to Yusufari, a local government in Yobe State, where nature is reacting to global warming. About 80 kilometers into our journey to Yusufari and only about 20 kilometers to the popular Dapchi town, we met one of our major hiccups here. The major bridge here has been washed away by torrential rains. Young boys from villages around have improvised ways of taking people across the other side for waiting vehicles for people to continue their journeys. It has become just like a market, a car park, and also an opportunity for these boys to take home some change.
I came from Maiduguri heading to Gaidan. We are told that the bridge here has collapsed, but we were managing our way on Thursday. After crossing for my first trip, I slept in Babangida. On arrival at Dapchi, the road has failed. So I made a U-turn to Damaturu, Potiskun, Gashua to Girigiri. There again, water has taken over the place. My car broke down. My timing belt caught, so I went to buy another one. The place I went, Garimbiri, was also below water.
They said if you find yourself in Rome, you have to behave like the Romans. Here we have found ourselves in a section of the road towards Yusufari, and this is the only way for us to cross over. So we are doing exactly what the people here are doing, finding a way out of this situation. Our belongings taken across, leaving us in disused bathtubs. And here is our next mode of transportation. It is going to take us about 15 kilometers where we're going to get another vehicle that will take us to the next point, which we are told that it is the same situation here that we're going to find there, because the same bridge that will lead us to where we're going to has also been washed away by torrential rains. Couple of minutes, we were at the next hurdle. Another major stumbling stone on our way here, they call this place Jumbam, is about 90 kilometers to Gashua. Gashua on our way to Yusufari. Our next mode of transport is going to be a local canoe like this one. We're going to step in and it will take us all across the water here, then towards that way where vehicles are waiting, a temporary motor park that will take us to Gashua. Paddling across roaring waters. Above, it is life at its fullest. On the grounds, fishermen warming up for a bumper harvest. A case of one man's food, another man's poison. With about 200 kilometers left, we took a bus and behold the popular Dapchi town and its girls' school. Sad memories still lingering in the minds of victims. Gashua, a bustling town, opened its arms. The journey on tarred road ended at Yusufari. Behind us, the palace of the emir. With a special vehicle, we hit the sands of the Sahara. It was a journey of 40 kilometers to our destination, where it took about 2.5 hours. Tulo-Tulo, a beautiful village with the Sahara forming a noose around its neck.
Descending from one of the heap of sand dunes here in Tulo-Tulo, I concluded that the case of this sand dune is a double-edged one for the people of Tulo-Tulo. One is a calamity in the form of desert encroachment, and secondly, it is a blessing if properly harnessed.
A border village with its inhabitants having vivid imagination of how they lost their farm and grazing lands.
To my understanding, it is like 32 years ago to 40 years, where the sands begin to consume the city, south of the village. There is no place I have not weed grass. Smaller vehicles normally follow south of the village to other places, but suddenly they begin to witness increase in the sand dune, eating up plenty houses. People keep moving while the sand moves too. Now we are all stuck in the middle. In fact, when President Obasanjo came, it was better. He came and said that the government will build a third road, but nothing has happened. Even at the gate between Nigeria and Niger, the Sahara wasn't as much. We used to play there and graze animals. All those places encroached by desert used to be our grazing land, but today it is all gone, and every day it is increasingly threatening to consume the village. Now everywhere is sand, no grass, and every day it is increasing. We hope the authorities will listen to our cries. We are scared that one day the sand will eat up the village.
Kuna shakkan wata rana kila ta haɗe garin?
A sosai ma wannan ba gudu. Mu gidajen mu ma a bayan gari yake. Yanzu haka in kaje kaga gidana za ka yi mamaki ni da nake maka maganar ma. Kawai Allah na dan dake.
If you see my house now, you will be surprised. Between my house and the sand of the Sahara is just a matter of meters. But recently, there are efforts to plant trees and some houses were built. Nobody entered because of the threat of the Sahara. Even now, if you go, you would see how we are planting some shrubs, hoping if it comes and germinates, then we will have some respite.
Bai daɗe kaman bara ba aka so mai gidaje shi ma biyu ne shi ma ba a zo an shiga ba ana tsoron hamada.
Kuma 'yan nazar lokacin da suka zo sun yi aiki akan wannan hamadan kafin tafiyansu a lokacin mulkin Abacha.
There were some researchers who came and conducted research on the Sahara before they left. That was during Abacha era. They came and carried out research. We saw their efforts, but unfortunately, they could not conclude the work until their tenure ended, and they left the village of Tulo-Tulo. Thereafter, some NGOs came and worked on the Sahara, but no progress, and we are poor people. We cannot do the work ourselves. We won't say that the government is not helping, but we are retrogressing beyond imagination. Because of that, our lives depend on farming. We don't trade, we don't engage in other civil jobs, but sometimes NGOs come to help us to survive. Our grazing lands are all gone, Sahara has taken over in all the local governments. In Nigeria, none is suffering like the Yusufari local government area.
On the flip side, the sand dunes presents beautiful scenes with an appealing contours of the sand. No doubt, these equals the sand dunes many go to spend holidays in Dubai.
The vast land of just pure desert. I have never seen that big a desert, like purely open. You could see, if you could see 20 kilometers ahead, you could see all of it is just plain sand, beautiful, the sun. I don't think you can step your foot on without wearing shoes on the sand because it's really, really hot. I went there when it was the peak season for the heat. I can't remember. That was my very first one, but I've probably been there in December as well as September, still very hot. My experience for me, one of the things I would take is the purpose-built vehicles you have for those particular, well, I'm talking about those particular activity, is the SUV vehicles driving around, and you have like the vehicle come off a cliff. One time I thought I had died. The very first time, the vehicle came off a cliff, and we literally landed face first, and the vehicle went back, and we continued driving. So the drivers have been very experienced. At the desert, there are not mud houses, but wooden houses where when the sun comes down, we have dinner if you want to stay over, bonfires. It's really beautiful. It's intentionally done to help encourage people to come. And if we do have that in Nigeria, it's easy. I mean, the government doesn't have to spend its own money. You know, get people who are interested in investment, both local and international, give them the space. I think give them some policies that take away some things, and we would have a good country here.
What is unique about the sand dunes in Tulo-Tulo is its oasis.
Tired of climbing mountains and mountains of sand dunes, you finally relax under the shades of palm trees that have been sustained for centuries by the density of an oasis.
Apart from its oasis, it is blessed with more than 50 lakes with hidden treasures.
Few meters away from the breathtaking oasis, a lake, and when this lake recedes, a natural resource is being mined here, potassium.
Tulo-Tulo, gaba ɗaya daga nan abin da ya kai kilomita kamar 20 zuwa 30 duka hamada ne.
Tulo-Tulo from 20 to 30 kilometers is all Sahara. There are places that I know blessed with fruits and potassium. Because of the mining of potassium, the place sinks and water takes over, and the potassium will be no more. Like this place we are standing by, you see there is no mud in the water anywhere. The mud dries, the potassium also dries up, it's all Sahara. You can't do irrigation. Our major call is for the government to provide us with tarred road, stop the encroachment of Sahara for people to go back to farm. Because wherever there is Sahara, even grass won't survive, talk less of other plants. We need a primary health care center in case of emergency. Even the traders are suffering. Transportation is expensive, making price of goods to rise.
One lake stands out among the lakes. This is because it attracts exotic birds. Only indigents have good description.
Guri ne mai dimbin tarihi wanda Turawa zaka ga sukan zo wani jifa-jifa wani lokaci da motocinsu.
This is a place with huge history. Even white men sometimes come here from time to time with special vehicles. They will stay here for weeks, even months. And there are exotic birds that migrate seasonally to this place from other countries. It's like the white men usually follow to monitor them. This place that you are seeing, there are fishes, birds, crocodiles, many astonishing animals. And that is why we are calling on government to come and upgrade this place to become attractive, because this place is the only place in Yobe State that is unique and peaceful. We have never experienced any kind of crisis among us.
Wannan guri da muke tsaye da kai a gurinsa, kwari ne wanda ake kiransa tulo-tulo mai ruwa.
This place where we are standing with you is a valley known as Tulo-Tulo Valley Water. Our forefathers used to do irrigation farming here. They plant cassava, onions, potatoes, salad, and so on. But as time goes on, the water took over the valley. From there, exotic animals begin to inhabit the water, and for now, the place can only be regarded as a tourist site. And for us, it's a place of history. We are calling on the relevant authorities to make it so. There are times when some white men usually come here, we show them the beautiful places and put forward our challenges.
The Emir of Yusufari admits to the fact that Tulo-Tulo is a stone throw away from becoming the bride of Nigeria's tourism sector.
Our first challenge is natural. Natural, if I say natural, I mean desert, desertification. Desert is fast approaching here. You know, in those, I would say in the early 60s, we are one of the great producers of groundnut here. And due to this desert encouragement, our groundnut has disappeared. So this is one of the dangers. So as our common crops like millet, guinea corn, they are all sort of decreasing in yielding due to the nature of our soil. You know, you have seen it. We have most of our soil here is just sandy, very poor sand, and the rainfall is decreasing every year. Though this year there's a great improvement in rainfall. So you have seen our crops when you visited Tulo-Tulo. So we are hoping to get more rain and good harvest. So our main problem here is that natural disaster of this desertification, then followed by maybe we don't have good roads. From here up to Tulo-Tulo, from here up to the border, either Tulo-Tulo or Bulatura, there's no road. We don't have this modern third road. So we need a third road linking us with Niger here, so that our local economy or trading would boost. Tulo-Tulo is very, progressing border town, I would say. We have recently, created a district headquarters there. Tulo-Tulo now is a district headquarters. So we have seen it. It is improving. It is progressing. Right on the border with Nigeria. So there's every hope this place will be a wonderful place. And you have seen that we have sand dunes for tourists, if they like. People may go there and see these are natural sand dunes. We have Oasis. In this Oasis, we are producing local potash. This potash is also very useful, either in making some medicine or animal feedings. In the Oasis, we also do some irrigations. The water level there is very near. So our people used to make some irrigation. We do plant cassava, maize, sweet potato, this cucumber, and the rest. And in the Oasis also we have a sort of palm tree which produces its fruits, very sweet. We call it goruba, yes. This goruba, they have discovered, is very, very useful for human consumption. So we are producing that a lot, many there. So we hope the government will assist us to make us at least enjoy life as the others. You know, in the Sahara Desert, we don't have all these luxurious things. We don't have this, so we need it. If we have good road, the place is open. If we have a modern market, it will help. If we have medical, either hospital or comprehensive health centers there, it will help. And veterinary clinics, we have animal rearers also. We need a standard veterinary clinic in the area.
How I wish these motorcycle tracks will be those of monster machines and other fun-seeking amenities for tourists, a resting place across the whole village, and maybe hotels. I'm wondering what this will bring to the village of Tulo-Tulo.
When the sun starts to dim, we had to say goodbye to the land softened the curse of Sahara encroachment. Yet, a blessing in disguise. But for us, we have printed out steps. Steps on the sands. Sands that could wipe the steps in tens of minutes. But above all, excitement of people and the memory of our visit will linger for long.